Welcome, I'm John Reisman, and this is Centrist News and Perspectives, where we focus on evidence, reason, and logic in order to achieve better understanding. The Hollywood movie 13 Hours has rekindled public and media controversy regarding what happened in Benghazi in September of 2012, which resulted in 4 deaths. 4 years later, many still don't understand what happened. Was there a stand-down order? Probably. Did our government leave people to die? Absolutely not. Was this the worst terrorist attack in U.S. history? Not a chance. The worst was 9/11, with nearly 3,000 dead and more than 6,000 injured. Liberal Republican rhetoric has led to an extraordinary amount of misunderstanding about what happened in Benghazi. It is reasonable to say a stand-down order was given to the Quick Reaction Force. But there's no evidence or even any indication any such order came from higher up in the chain of command. If it was given, it would likely have happened on site by the chief of the base. But why would the chief give such an order? The answer is simple and logical. The initial call came in from the Mission Compound's Tactical Operations Center at 9:40 p.m. The QRF team left the annex at 10:03 p.m. That's 23 minutes after the initial call. If you figure maybe 8 to 10 minutes for the crew to assemble small arms and gear up and get the vehicles ready, if that's true, that would leave a very frustrating 13 minutes until departure. The chief of the base has a lot to do and very little time. He needs to communicate with multiple entities, likely including the Tactical Operations Center at the Mission Compound for direct intel, local militia for support, the Diplomatic Security Command Center, and also possibly trying to get drones on site. Basically, he wants to know if he can get support from local forces, especially heavy weapons such as 50 cal truck-mounted machine guns. I often ask people, how long do you think it would take to do all this? And they usually say 1 to 3 hours, and up to 10 hours even. But the QRF team left the annex 23 minutes after the initial call. Now imagine you're in the chief's shoes. You're about to send the QRF team into battle. You need intel. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Who is attacking? What are they attacking with? Where did they approach from? Understanding the why gives you an intelligence basis, which relates to who. And the when is now, so that leaves you with how. How did they attack? With what force level and weaponry? And how and where should the QRF team approach the compound in order to avoid a gauntlet? And the clock is ticking. All the while, your team is screaming, we have to go, but you don't have the heavy weapons you want yet. You don't have time for a discussion. You need to do your job so they can do their job. Suddenly you tell the security contractor standing right in front of you, stand down. It's not hard to understand how it happened. In the words of Malcolm Nance, a 34-year veteran of Spec Ops, Homeland Security, and intelligence work, and who was a strategy advisor in Benghazi in 2011. Quote, the local CIA commander told his security contractors not to rush into the consulate site until local militia support and heavy weapons could be found. Even with that reasonable precaution, the QRF was on site 24 minutes after the radio call for help. That is a near miraculous and instantaneous response. Multiple independent and congressional investigations found no fault in the chain of command. Republicans involved in the investigation commented about this could hurt Hillary in the polls, indicating the likelihood of a witch hunt. After-action reports are best used for assessing what can be done in the future, rather than pointing political fingers. But maybe, if the Republicans had not fought so hard to reduce the mission security budget by $330 million less than the Obama administration had requested, which was later raised but still fell short, maybe Ambassador Stevens would still be alive. But that is a hypothetical. Ambassador Stevens knew the risks. Everyone there did. So to those still complaining about Benghazi, including Donald Trump saying Hillary Clinton killed Ambassador Stevens, stop whining. 1, because you're wrong. 2, because the culprit here might just involve the Republican Party putting politics above national security, and certainly militants that want to do harm to the U.S. mission and our people. And 3, because the facts are clear. There was no stand-down order from above. If the chief gave the order, it was because he wanted additional heavy weapons support. It was a judgment call. It is not in the DNA of our military or intelligence service to stand down and not respond. And Hillary Clinton did not kill anyone in Benghazi. And not even the secret soldiers of Benghazi can easily see every context in the heat of the moment. I'm John Reisman, and this is Centrist News and Perspectives.